Yeah.
You know, you can also change it to match exactly so that you're looking at
Anyway, go for it. I don't think this is what we're looking for.
These are all figures, right?
This is Ushapa you're helping. I don't think it's this.
Oh, Ashupa, Ashapa,
This is Ushapa. It's,
Ushapa.
I think this is a list of words for fire. You see?
Oh, I see. Romance.
We didn't find it.
That was a big McDonald's croissant.
It's up to you. You just do your mandala as loud as you can and see if you can shut up those boys.
Puki Chukshin Metocham Rira Blingshin Yende Gempadi Sangye Shingdu Mikte Uargi Jokun Nanda Shingla Juparsho Idam Guru Ratna Mandala Gangeya Dayami Chidam Soki Chonamba Jamchu Bardu Dagni Yapsuchi Dagi Chenyen Gipe Sanamki Chola Benchir Sange Druparsho Chidam Soki Chonamba Jamchu Bardu Dagni Yapsuchi Dagi Chenyen Gipe Sanamki Chola Benchir Sange Druparsho Judang Soki Chonam La Janshu Bardu Dagni Gyatsuchi Dagi Chenyen Gipe Sanamgi Chola Benchir Sange Druparsho.
Shmogri Dogri. Before we start, I wanna point out what's happened. So we have this weird guy's name. He burned up somebody somehow with his eyes. Maybe it was I don't want to mix him up. And then his name, according to this Sanskrit-Tibetan dictionary, Tibetan-Sanskrit dictionary, is Shapa Agni. Agni means fire, right? Ignite. Shapa means curse. And his name is Curse Fire. And we can't find him anywhere. There's a village in India called Sapagni, and that's about it. And they don't have enough water this year. And but what I pointed out to them, which I'd like to point out to you guys, which I almost never ever use, is this thing which we always ignore in the curly braces is the source of the Sanskrit. This is where Lokesh Chandra found it. So he was careful. You can see he's put the source on every single word. Well, in theory, the numbers relate to one edition of it. And you could find that edition. You see? You could find that edition, which is going to be hard because they're old. But to input those books would be brilliant. That list of books. So we got the original, we have the list of books. I'd like to at least start with Sunamla inputting these 3 pages. Okay? When she gets to the Sanskrit, tiny abbreviations. These abbreviations are in Sanskrit in his book. She can just put. Well, she knows Hindi, so she can probably figure it out.
Okay.
Bokha. This is Bokha, and then he didn't want to repeat Bodhisattva Kalpa Avadana. You see, so he put Bokha. And if you're desperate to find a story, which we are, you can't find it anywhere. You can go to the Bodhisattva Kalpa Avadana and find it. Okay. Sorry. Okay. Cool.
And do we have a key somewhere that indicates Bokha means Bodhisattva?
That's what he's got right here. And I want her to type it in the next couple of days. Okay. All right.
And you just sent me like iPhone photos.
And then
or something?
these are versions which are available in the 1960s or something. To Lokesh Chandra. These are probably purchased by his father. Raghuvira, who did all the hard work. But it was a father and son team. The son is 95 now. Okay.
Huge library?
Yeah, it's a long story. Anyway, now the trick is that some books in the Tengyur are bilingual. They carved the Tibetan, and every other line is the Sanskrit, but it's carved in Tibetan letters. And they make mistake on every second word. Okay, but probably we can find the story of this guy, Curse of Fire. Okay. Anyway, all right, let's get back to reality. We are ready to start Xiaoping's text. We just were catching up on it. We were going through the 5 divisions of nuns' vows, which happen to be the same. I got it written down, but you don't.
She's ready to quiz us.
I'm sorry, quiz. Yeah, go. Maybe you're going to quiz them on that.
Oh, I didn't.
The 5 parts of the nuns' vow.
Operating system, you'll be able to see that.
I'll find another one to send to you.
So first 3 Tibetan words. Chele.
Can you make that a little bigger?
Oh, okay. Okay, it's okay.
It's pretty good.
First one.
I
That's
remembered
even
that
better,
for a whole
man.
day, now I forgot.
Chele.
Chile.
You know, like covered by
Oh.
or something?
Punishable act.
That's
Yeah. Punishment. Punishment.
Oh, punishable.
Yes. And the second one. Shock.
And awe. Oh, sorry.
Shock.
Oh, it's a 24-hour period? or-
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
24-hour period.
By the way, I believe, I told you it can mean, like Darshak means a monk's room. But I think it can also mean fat.
Fat?
Fat on meat, the substance fat. Not fat guy.
Punishable.
Not bung, yeah.
Pow. Shot? Wow.
So shock, it means 24-hour periods, right?
Yes.
Jacques Cousteau.
Susan.
10.
Member?
Yeah.
10 groups?
10 what?
The member of the group of 10?
It's
The member of the group of 10.
Yes.
yeah, so it's the
We have the first member
member of the group.
of
The group.
Yeah.
the grove. Nice. Thanks, Alison.
Thank you. So what's the 3 questions? First one, what's the actual difference between all the different categories of vows that Geshe has to note?
The seriousness of
Yeah, also
seriousness
difference.
level.
Yeah, the series of the level, but how you go.
From the most serious to
how
the
you
less
purify?
serious.
You're talking about nuns' vows.
Yeah, nuns
Yeah,
vows.
yeah.
Full
Full
nuns
nuns
vows.
vows, right.
Yeah, from it's the seriousness of the levels of the vows.
More serious to
More
less
serious to
serious.
less.
Most to
Yeah.
less.
That was the total number of the
364.
full nuns vows.
364.
364.
Yeah, 364. Yeah.
That would be nice.
60.
No, 300.
She must be a very good nun.
That's not
And second, what's the difference between the 2 types of downfalls?
punishable by
Whether you have to be
Getting yelled at
secluded
or-
or just yelled
or
at.
just confess.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I like the word secluded. That's pretty good. Yeah.
Excluded.
Cordon.
Secluded.
Secluded.
Sequestered.
Yeah.
Sequestered's even better, although it wouldn't pass the waiter test.
Yeah, man.
Yes.
Most waiters have master's degrees.
Yeah, the first time
Yeah,
you
these
need
days.
to
Or
go.
the
PhD
criminals.
people.
Or
Yeah,
no.
Listen up.
In the doghouse.
Yeah, doghouse.
Doghouse vows.
Yeah, yes.
First one is to need to clean
Which one? Oh, sorry.
teeth. Yeah.
Bung.
I think it's theirs.
SPA.
Yeah, just-
SP.
Public.
Huh.
There you go.
SP.
And at the end
Spain.
too, you're missing
Spain
some.
to me.
Some
Bang,
groups.
say,
Bang.
bang,
Bang.
Okay.
bang tung.
So the third question, what does these things literally mean?
Literally. To be together with, to be separated from, and oh, and it has to do with cloth, right?
Keep.
Yeah.
Keep.
Keep your cloth.
First one.
Second one.
First
Not
one is
have.
hold. Keep.
Hold. Your cloth.
Yeah. The
Literally.
second one, draw.
Oh.
Separated from.
Separate.
Separate.
Yeah. How about the
From what?
Your
Your robes.
Your robes. Yeah. Overnight.
Without the blessing.
It's not PSP.
No,
Sorry?
it's an accident.
Oh, okay.
How about the job? What does it mean?
Get somebody.
You can't enter
Yeah.
that.
Say
What was
again,
it?
Stanley.
To get somebody to do something.
No, that's
No,
joke.
no.
Oh. Oh,
Joke?
right. J-U.
Joke is established.
Yeah, but it means something else here.
It literally means established.
Literally.
Oh, literally.
Yeah.
But what's it refer to?
We're still talking about.
Do you remember?
Are we still talking about cloth?
I thought
No, these are, he's mentioned the first 10,
Yeah.
the group of the first 10. So I'm going to tell you in the monk's vows, but they start with Changdel joke.
Yeah.
Well, what was the joke one?
Oh, washing the clothes or something? No.
Established.
I think it is juke. It is joke. It is juke, but he spelled it joke.
It's getting someone to wash your. It means getting someone to wash your clothes.
Good.
Oh, wait. No.
Oh.
I think you were right, actually.
Yeah, I think it is.
It was joke.
Okay. Okay.
Someone who wasn't your close relative.
Yeah, that's right. Okay.
So literally
Oh,
still mean like
it's-
established,
Like I
right?
do for Stanley.
Yeah. Or to put somebody there and say, wash my clothes. Like that. Okay. All right, very good. Nice homework. Yay.
Thank you. Lord.
These vows are suffering. I mean, take them is unthinkable. Who could keep track? What happened was people misbehaved, and it kind of gave me hope. Because no, we have it in our own organizations. Over the last 30 years, somebody does something, and then we're like, okay, maybe we have to say that's not okay. And it piles up. The rules pile up, and I can see where something went on for 2,000 years. Like the next vow. Oops. Yeah. Okay, I had a lot of trouble with this. It took me like an hour. You just get the results. For me, it's a lot of trouble, which means time. I need time, which means for fundraising, I need help. Or I can't do this. I can't do both. So anyway, I wanted it to be zanne, which is pretty common and means a ceramic vessel. So snod means a cooking vessel especially. You see it in Nöche.
The content, the world and its content.
Yeah, the world and its contents. But here it means an actual vessel, like a pot, okay? And I wanted it to be zanu, and I struggled with it, and then I realized it's ze kaman, okay? So you have, and elsewhere, in other commentaries, they say, you have loose handfuls of seeds, or sunflower seeds, or, stuff like that, food things, sunflower seeds, almonds, cashews, blueberries. You're making a lot of green drinks for somebody, and you've got handfuls of stuff laying around on the table, and you decide I should keep these in a container so they don't roll all over the place and get mixed up. So you take all the sunflower seeds and you put them in a tumbo, which means more like a paper packet, okay, and then you tie it up and you tie string, you tie it, and you keep this packet of nuts over here, and they don't have plastic bags, right? This is before plastic bags. So, and here it's a jar, so you've got a jar, but traditionally it was a tumbo, it was a packet of paper or something, and you folded it and you tied it up, okay? So your stuff, rangitze, meaning your cashews and your berries, and the ze here means stuff. Nudu ching. Ching means you tied it up. Yeah, like feather. But here it means you tied a pretty awesome knot. Okay? Ching batak, and those tumbos, those packets, okay? Chak semki. What's chak?
Desire.
Yeah, out of feelings of sexual attraction or desire. You go to a man, shen means man, I looked it up elsewhere. Another person meaning a man, a kepa, which is male. And you say, could you help me untie this? Okay, trol, which you know as namdo lakjang,
Yeah, free.
Untie.
to free,
Yeah.
comes from the verb to untie.
Tread.
Okay, so drolma, tara, means the untier. Adrelpa, a commentary, unties the meaning. And namdro, liberation, is come from untie. So you blink your eyes and say, could you untie these knots are just too tight. And then, okay, drol to juk means you get the man to
Do it.
to do the untying for you, right? Okay, those chingbas. Okay, you get the man to untie the knots for you. And obviously this has a length sheet.
Yeah.
I'll give you the length sheet just quickly because it's so cute. Yeah, I found it. It was not easy. And I have a new system for searching Vinaya, which I'll share with you. And those of you who care, which is nobody.
The three of us.
Okay. The only way to figure out what the heck her text is talking about 1,000 years after the nuns' vow stopped, right? And some man is explaining them, is to collect all the Vinaya texts from the Sumbun, the Tengyur, and the Kangyur. And then I put them here. You see? So that's everything that was ever written about Vinaya. And it's going to be in there somewhere. But it's going to take hours to find it. Okay, so that's my situation. I got up at 4 this morning and finding her stories. Okay, so there it is. Now, it's cool, it's cool. I'll just summarize the story for you. Yeah, what did I use for the, here you can see, I used Gyu and Pipi Ling.
Oh,
This is the ginger and the peppers that she was tying in her tumbos. Not blueberries and almonds. It was she was tying ginger and pepper, long peppers. Okay. Then she says she sees a cute guy and she says, "Pumeni jengepa, us women, we can't do anything." To the guy, yeah. And actually, she says to him, "Could you tie up my burams?" Means brown sugar sticks. Okay. And then
I can't do it.
then she said, "Yeah, I can't do it." And then she says, "Can you do my shakaras also?"
Oh, it's getting out.
And I think sugar might have come from that. It's a derivative from Buddha. Maybe sugar came from that, I'm guessing. "Can you do my shakaras also?" And he does that. Ching shik means can you tie them up? Imperative. Then she said, there's a whole list, and she keeps adding stuff. Then one of the older nuns comes along. Yeah, Chishin Dame Gelong Me Mepa say, "Boy, you're really forgetful, and we're not going to forget what you were doing either." Okay, and then they go home and make a rule. Chepa, they make a rule. Okay, here they chepa. They made a rule about it. Okay, no more tying packages with boys. Okay. And that's how it started, okay? And here are the requirements, you know, she has to kepala-chak, she has to be attracted to a man. You know, she has to use sweet words. She wants it to go to tikpa, which is sex. And like that, okay? He must dungoa. He must be someone who can understand what she's saying. If he's deaf or dumb or something like that, you don't break the vow. Okay? And there has to be little packets, and she has to get him to tie the packets. Okay?
It's interesting that it became untied.
Well, that's our commentary. It's focusing on untying. The one I found, the version I found, which is Sonawa, which is one of the greatest commentaries on Vinaya, 2-volume work, which includes the nun's vows from the 1200s, pre-Tsongkhapa. But Tsongkhapa favored it. Kagyu, it's a Kagyu commentary. Okay, so if Kagyu's ever ask you, do we have any crossover, there's the big one. Okay.
It's more suggestive.
Okay, anyway, we finished that one. We finished it in 10 minutes. It took me like 3 hours. Okay, but anyway, here we go. By the way, we're working through the 33 pangtungs. I got my notes here, which is the 3A, group 3A, first group of Tungwas. No, Tungwas.
Oh. I think they were all called Tungches.
No, I think they were all called Tungjes. So then we're going to have pangtungs and Tungje Bashiks in the Tungjes. Okay, got it? We're still in 3A. 3A has 33, 3B, which is going to be fun, is 180.
And these are the ones that are punishable by confinement.
These are more serious. They got to tell her, you go sit in the outhouse for a day and don't think about tying packages. Okay, all right, here we go. Go.
Who has the plane?
Oh, you're afraid your plane's out of control? Hasso has the plane. Okay, yell at her, yell at her. I want to hear some complaining.
God.
Go.
Go.
K.
God. Kerchi chewadang. Ring tang chewada.
Dakir.
Dakir chepa kerchi wa ten pe pangtun tang.
Not bad.
Nice. When you're reading Vinaya, when you're reading vows, the vows have nicknames. Okay, so you're going to have blah, 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 blah. Karma is blah. Okay, it's the structure of most Vinaya literature. Okay, so the vows have nicknames. And when you're searching thousands of pages for the vows, it's good to know the nicknames. Okay, so what he's done here is he'll describe the vow, and then he'll say, here's its nickname. Okay, so just be aware when you read it out loud, Ke chi chewa dang rintang chewa dakir chepa. Ke chiwa tembe bangtung. You pause and then you say the nickname. Okay, but you got to know what it means before you do that. Okay, Ke means close. Good. This week I just said chi yang to you.
Heavy, yeah.
Yeah, now chi can be spelled with a D or without a D. Okay, just be aware.
Did both right here.
Yeah, we had both. Yeah, chi chewa means it's too thick. The cloth for your robes are too thick, meaning expensive, or maybe it's cold and you wanted to have a thicker, so you went out and got thicker wool than the heavier wool than the other nuns are wearing. Okay, chi chewa means too thick, big thick. Okay, chewa. Or maybe they were rintong chewa.
Too long?
This is not ring.
Oh, too
it's
nice. Too valuable.
Too valuable. It's the rin in Rinpoche.
Yeah.
Rinpoche literally means very valuable. So rinpo means cost. And here it means rintang is a synonym for rinpo, which means the cost is too expensive. Okay. Then here's this really nice word that I wanted you guys to learn because it's the opposite of coffee meditation. Make it your own. Claim it. This is me. Lotsa mepa. This is me. This is what I want to be. Make it your own. Daki chepa. Make it your own. It's the opposite of coffee meditation. If you're going to do a bad deed, do it. but try to disassociate yourself from it later. Try to say, that wasn't me. I was just really hungry. Okay? Like when I ordered 6 Indian dishes. Okay. Just kidding. Dakir Chepa, comma, ke chiwa tembe pangtung. There's the nickname.
That's the punctum.
Comma, that's the punctum of, this is 10 and probably it should have been bis 10, but it's still okay. What would it have been if it had been bis 10? Yeah, to use, to make use of.
Using fat clothes.
Yeah, I would even question, I bet you can find somewhere where it was bis 10. Because that would be more common. To make use of personal things is usually bis 10. But it's not so bad. Britain means to rely on. Clothing which is too heavy is the nickname. Heavy clothing reliance is the nickname for this vow. But it also covers rentang chewa.
Also expensive.
Too expensive, yeah. So probably the intention was the cost of the thick cloth. Okay, all right. Now here's the opposite. Go ahead.
Ko yang wa yang
Sang.
sang na sang ki xue kiu mi long we wa da kiu che pa ke yang wa den pe pang tung de.
Good. Where do you think the comma is, you guys? Like, where does the nickname of the vow start?
Starts at ko yang wa.
Nice, nice. Okay, so when reading it out loud, if you knew what it meant, you would say Dakir Chepa, Kuyama Tembe Pangtung. Okay, you would pause there. Okay, so Qiyang was weight.
So yang is light.
Yang means light. Okay, Yangwa. Yoshin Yangwa,
Yoshi.
Lunge Tenyi.
Oh, it's the definition of wind.
Yeah,
Oh, light and
flowing.
flowing.
light and moving. Okay, flowing is for water, Chushin
Oh
Shewa.
yeah.
Okay,
Light
okay,
and moving.
so light and moving, yeah. Motile. Okay. So, and song is a measurement of weight in ancient times. Das says an ounce, I'm okay with that. I don't, you'd have to figure it out. It has come also to mean a coin, a gold coin, because maybe it was an ounce of gold or something. Anyway, sangane, sangi shall gyur mi longwe. Mi longwa means it doesn't make it to that measure. Mi longwa means it doesn't come to that measure. Okay? Meaning, if you weigh it and it's less than a sang, less than 5 sang, or down to a single sang, okay? The clothes are too light and they're going to be too, what do you call it? They're going to show things that shouldn't be shown.
Transparent.
They're too sheer. Yeah, they're too sheer. They show too much. Okay, yeah. Okay, too light. So you're stuck between too heavy and too light. Okay, for different reasons, probably. Gyurmi Longway, par, down to that, down from 5 to 1. I read it as 5 to 1 ounces, but probably more than that. Dakir Chepa, to take possession of such robes, is Ko Yama Tembe Pangtum. Here he's repeated Breton, so maybe we have to go with it. Okay, to use robes which are too light. Understood robes. Chuga understood robes which are too light. It's for men also. I tried to make robes from light cloth, and it doesn't work because when the wind blows, it's kind of too much of a show. Okay, yeah. Okay. So by the way, we just finished 33, and that means we're finished with the pangtums. Okay, punishable by. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Doghouse spouse. Doghouse downfalls. Okay.
That's a good band name.
Yeah.
I was thinking for a
The
book.
doghouse
Yeah.
downfalls.
We have the official Vinaya and the unofficial Vinaya translation. Okay, go ahead. Who's got? I want somebody mean. Ben Kramer.
Sit up straight.
Tumong Mayim Pe Pang
Pei.
Mayim Pe
Bei.
Pe Mayim Pe Tang Tung
Dong.
Bang Tung Chu Xin Tang Kar She Na She Pe Ge Long Tang Tung Mong Pe
Mong Wei.
Mong Wei Bang Tung Su
Chu.
Chu Du
Chu Gu.
Chu Gu Che Dong
Dong.
Che Dong Pa
Pe.
Pe Pang Tung Sun Chu Ze Sun
Za.
Za Sumo
Tasumo.
Za Sumo.
Okay. So some of the 33 were unique to nuns, and some of the 33 were shared with monks. Okay. So we just finished. What he's saying is we had 14 chushi, bangtungs in this category, third level seriousness, 3A level seriousness, doghouse level 3s, which were unique to nuns. 14 were unique to nuns, Tumo Mayimba. And then before that, Ngarshepa, we talked about the ones that were shared with the monks. Tumong, Gelong Dong Tumong, which when you dome, so this dome with the BS means to add numbers. Okay, domsi means arithmetic. All right, okay. When you add the two, 19 plus 14, okay, you get 33 pangtungs. Okay, so 14 uniques, 19 shared, 33 pangtungs. Okay, he's done with the pangtungs. Whew. I'm going to be so glad when we get to monks' vows and I know what's going on. Okay, here we go. Well, you were good at yelling at her.
Nipa.
Nipa
Shock.
Nipa Shaki Chele Tangma Jewa
Mandrel.
Mandra.
Manjel Wa
War.
Wa Sha Pa Zang Tang Jewa Tun Je Jewa Tun
Jepash.
Jepa Tun Je
Pa.
Jepa Tun Je Wa
Pa.
Ba.
Nipa Shik Pa Du Chu Gu Chu Le
Mm-hmm. All right then.
Sorry.
Okay, here we go. Nipa Shaki Chele da Mandrawer. Not related to, don't involve Shaki Chele.
24-hour punishment.
Doghouse punishment.
Doghouse blues.
Doghouse punishment, okay? Those which don't rely, and they're just Shakpatsam.
They're just.
You can get away with just Shakpa. Confess. You just confess. You go to your preceptor and say, I did this, and you're done. Shakpatsam, done. And they should not have put a comma here. Okay, it's a mistake. It's a big mistake. Dung Jawa is an idiom. As we just saw above, Dung Mandel, it should have been Dung Del. Somebody corrected it. Okay, wrongly. Dung Jawa means they do involve a shakpa. They do involve a confession. And we're going to start with 90. Okay. Okay, there's actually 180, but we're going to start with 90. Okay, why? We'll see. Okay, we're going to start with half of them, 90. Okay, go ahead. Makka.
Makka ni ma nu ba dang shepso dong gi zan da den pa chu tang
Yeah, good. Dom ki temba means taught in the versed summary. So this dome is different from the bus dome and from the domba we had downstairs. Okay, this dome is a noun that's a genre of literature, and it's very common in Vinaya. When you're a geshe and you get to Vinaya, you're not required to memorize the Vinaya Sutra. There's a dome for Senome, and most of the major monasteries have their own dome, you know, and it has stuff like no holding, no taking, no, you know, and you're supposed to remember what they are because it's just too long to memorize. It's like, I don't know, 80 pages or something. It's too much. Okay, so there's a dome. So he says, if you want to know the first 10, go to the dome, which starts with Marka Nima Nupadang. Domes are written in what do you call it, verse, to make them easier to memorize. Okay, Marka Nima Nupadang. Okay, and dot dot dot. He says you can go to the dome for the rest. Now, I think he's going to cover them in the monk's vows, so I'm not going to cover them. If he doesn't, I'll go back. Okay. Maka means you are not appointed. And there's a couple of vows that involve not being appointed. For example, you can't teach nuns unless the monastery has appointed you to do so. Okay, so Maka means you were not asked to do that. No one appointed you to do that, okay? We don't know which one he's talking about. And Nima Nupa means the sun has set. I think that refers to leaving the mats out for drying in the sun and you forget to bring them in and they get wet from the dew or something like that. But I'm going to get there when we get there, okay? So you can call him right now, you can say, not appointed sunset. That's all he said, not appointed sunset. We'll talk about it later. The first 10 I'm going to talk about them later, okay? So I went ahead and started at 11, okay? I mean, he did, okay? And the next one's just called Trpa. Trpa can mean to scare somebody off. Like there's crows in your field and you run out and you go, ah, and you scare them away. But in monastic terms, it means to kick somebody out of the group unfairly, okay? So there's vows against that. Apparently, anytime you have a spiritual group like that, you know, and there's disagreement, there can be a temptation to say, you're kicked out, you did this, you know, because you don't like the person, if you're the abbot or something. So there's rules about who you can kick out and why you can kick them out. Apparently people kicked out people just because they didn't like them, and Buddha felt it was necessary to make a rule about it. So we don't get the details here. It's just called kicking out. Okay. And I went through and found some more information about it. Yeah. You have to know they're a monk. You know, that's a long story. Okay. Here's the next one. Yeah, what's it mean?
Afternoon, probably.
Yeah, eating again and again. Eating again. That lecture by Jetsun Kappa on the Vinaya at Nam Che Ding was very useful. I keep hitting it. Anyway, it's divided into a whole group of wrong eatings. Okay. And it's mainly to eat, let me see. Yeah, to eat when you're not supposed to eat. Okay. Okay. Go ahead. Say. Supper. I had to look this up because all this says I know relate to killing. GSOD, is to kill. And I thought maybe it's to eat something that's killed for you, which is a monk's vow not to do. apparently they were allowed to eat meat, but not meat that was killed especially for them. Like they are allowed to go to the store and buy meat, but they're not allowed to go to the butcher, to the farmer and say, kill that cow for me. Nowadays, it's gotten more cool at my monastery, and the vegetarians won. I think I was the first vegetarian there. And nowadays you can't eat meat, etc. So that's kind of, or at least especially in public.
Yeah, maybe.
Especially in the public.
That sounds right.
In the public, there's still guys driving around with old cars and dead cows in the back, which is always delightful to watch. But anyway, I haven't been there for a while, so I don't know what's going on. But anyway,
Sounds about right.
so here, supa means sangbo. Sangbo.
Pure.
Yeah, or particularly attractive, excellent. And apparently the vow involves one monk going to another monk and saying, yesterday I went to so-and-so's house to ask for food, and you can't believe what they serve you. Then you say, I'm going there, what's the address? So then all the monks start going to the same house because that lady cooks better. Okay, so then they made a vow, because everybody was going to the same house and asking for that, what's that called? Spinach quiche. I'm thinking Paris, my cooking class. But yeah, everybody's going and asking to the house where they serve the good spinach quiche with the potato au gratin, and we had we made some nice dishes. Anyway, I won't tell you the rest, it was kind of gross. Anyway, you're not allowed, longwa means to beg, right? Longwa means to beg. Yeah, longwa means to ask for food. Okay, so don't go to houses where they have the best stuff. You break on it. Yeah, I can tell because Oreed sent me that message to say I have to teach. I don't know why that irritates me so much.
Is it not to go to the house to get the food, or not to tell others at the house?
Not to go.
Not to go.
After
The going.
someone has told
Yeah, yeah. Here it says here, you'll do their sangwa takpa. Takpa means everybody starts talking about. It's kirti, right?
Famed.
How good the food is at a certain place, and you go there. It's actually you break it when you eat it. When you go there and get the food, and then when you eat it, you break the vow. So. All right.
So if you find a place that has good food, you don't tell them.
And then you're telling when you're keeping your vows. You're honoring your vows.
I have a few restaurants like that in Albuquerque.
Okay, next.
Drupatang.
Yeah. These are obscure, okay? And they take a lot of time. Dupa means to stay, and Janwa means to stand up. Okay? And it's two different vows. As you can see, I counted them, two vows. And it's to, the first one is to sit with a woman in an enclosed place where other people can't see you. Okay. Sorry, a man, yeah, okay. Same for the monks. Okay, so duk means you sit down, or you lay down, okay? In any covered place, and they have a long list. It could be a room, it could be a tent, it could be any place where people can't see you. It's illegal. And then dewa means to stand with her and talk with her in a private place. Okay, so, okay. Him, yeah, sorry. Yeah. Dang, you know from? Dengbu, yeah, a standing vow.
Also in close places, or just anywhere?
There's a list of what it means. It just seems they mention behind a curtain. It doesn't have to be a wall, you know,
With a mouse.
where people can't see you easily, okay? Yeah. Here's the list. Ne Wemba means it could even be out in the open, in a secluded place in the open. It could be in a place that has walls. or it could be at night, at dark, close to other people, but they can't see you. And that's the list. Sok, etc. counts as an enclosed place. Non-visible place. Okay. All right. This one was hard. Okay.
So we're out of time. We're over time. Yeah.
Okay. You want? Are we really out of time? Completely out of
We're out
time.
of time. Yeah, yeah.
Sorry. Next time. Okay. Go sashimi.
Sashi.
Uki Jukshin Meto Cham Viraving Shin Yende Yembadi Sangye Shindu Mikte Uargi Jokun Nanda Shingla Chuparsho Idam Guru Ratna Mandala Kanyatayami
Gewa.
Di Kewo Kun Sanam Yeshe Sozo Shing Sanam Yeshe Le Chung Wei Daba Kunyi Tobar Sho Smoky Doki. Many presidents. And